All right. Hello to my Virgos. Happy Friday. I hope you had an awesome week. Usually, I'm going to be doing these readings moving forward on probably Sunday night or Monday morning. We'll see just what jives better. If you have input on that, put it in the comments. Um, these readings are general for the collective Virgo. So it cannot and will not ever apply to everyone. It's just impossible. Okay. I'll go into that in detail maybe if I have to one day, but for now, just know that if this message doesn't resonate with you, that's perfectly okay. It might resonate with you in the future sometime. So if it pops up on YouTube and your curiosity is piqued, it doesn't matter the date on it. Just check it out. It might have a message in there that you're meant to hear at that time, that you're ready for at that time. Okay. So there's that. Time is fluid. So again, even though it's dated for right now, it could be that most of the Virgos who are listening right now are going to get this message because they need it or they're in more of a need of it. And maybe you'll need this message in a year or a decade or whatever, right? Maybe you won't ever need this message. That's okay. We can't be for everyone all the time. We're humans. It's not how we work. Okay. So if you do resonate with this, or if you just like this reading, whatever, feel free to subscribe, like, comment, share, all that jazz. There's a little notification bell that you can plug if you want to be notified when I'm going live. I hope to do most of my readings live. I really like that energy. So, if you want to start your mornings with me for the general reads, we can go that way, or the weekly reads, I'll have some random readings. If you want more insight into your own particular present energy or some guidance there, I do offer personal readings, so my email is in the description. I think it'll just be for the channel for a little while. I'm still trying to figure out everything with YouTube. Still really new to this, so bear with me. The guides just told me I need to jump in, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, these messages are for you. I'm just a messenger. Simple as that. All right, so Virgo, let's get started with your reading. The first deck that I use is actually just a regular playing card deck, and I have altered it so that it can read, poppin', reversals. So that's pretty cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's probably all we need. So I'm just using those. Holy cannoli. I'm going to go with it. I didn't think it was this many cards. That's okay. I'm using this altered playing card deck because I'm waiting for my actual tarot decks to come in. So I hope you enjoy this either way. I mean, a message is a message is a message, right? It's just a little more intuitive this way because there's not as much to dive into on the artwork of the cards themselves, okay? So let's get started. You've got 8 cards out. I don't usually allow that many just because it can be way too scattered that way, but maybe it's just that you need to hear all of this, okay? So we have a couple of queens out. Honestly, like a little bit of everything here, but let's see. I'm seeing about half swords on the table. So we'll go into that. Mostly all upright though. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's get started. So first card that I picked up, because they all kind of popped out together, right? So, and that's really why I kept them, because it's like, this is a message that's all lumped together, okay? So I didn't want to put like half of them back. That'd be silly. Anyways, so this first card out, we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. This is my little signifier that's in reverse, okay? Simple enough. But anyways, This could be you or it could be another person. I'm kind of feeling a 50-50 vibe there. So, um, again, there's a lot of Virgos in this world. So, what resonates for you isn't necessarily going to resonate for another person that's watching this. Uh, so, I'm not going to limit it to say it's just you. It's you or another person in your life that is affecting you, right? That's interacting with you, or maybe not, and that's what's affecting you, okay? So we'll leave it at that real quick. But with these reversals, usually what I see is that's a block that you're experiencing. And these first two cards that I placed out that were kind of, near the top of this set that popped out, I don't know. The first two are reversals. So we're jumping into your blocks right away, okay? Yeah, so this first one is the Wands, and the second one is actually Swords. So got a little bit of both there. I'm just going to put them both up because, like I said, they're blocks. It's a combined energy there. This can be a person though, so like I said, it's you or another person. So with this, it's like this person here is super stubborn, right? Usually queens signify a divine feminine. So I don't know if this person has been a divine feminine before, if you have been, or this person, or, and maybe they just kind of lost their mojo a little bit. They had some doubt creeping in. With those wands in particular, it usually has a lot to do with creativity from what I'm feeling here. Of course, it could be a few different things, but I'm feeling creativity. So maybe it's that this person, whether it's you or someone else, has lost touch with their creative side, has kind of pushed it away, right? Put it on the back burner and said, there's other things I got to focus on. I don't know if it's been on the back burner too long, or that it would just be more beneficial if it was not pushed away, if that was more of a central focus for you. But that's coming up as something that's blocking you from advancing, from moving forward, from growing, right? So maybe look at that a little bit deeper for however that resonates with you personally. I'm going to say it over and over again. I am not here to write your story, right? I'm here to present whatever messages the guides bring to me that allow for possibility in your life, okay? There's nothing set in stone here. And I don't believe that there ever should be coming from a reader, because I can't possibly know you to the greatest depth that you know yourself, okay? You're going to provide the greatest guidance. All I'm here to do is give you messages that will help you along that way, okay? So let's dive back into it. This other block that's coming up here is the Five of Swords. So 5 is activity. And it's like, with it being a block, it's like you're stuck in your head, Instead of taking the actions that you need to be taking, you're stuck up here, right? You're overanalyzing. I always say it's like you're stuck on a broken record, Your mind is going a million miles a minute, but it's spinning in that same orbit. It's just going around and around and around and around and around. And that's not helpful. It's not productive. It's not helping you, right? So there's something in that thought pattern that you need to confront. You're chasing it. You're chasing it like a dog chases its tail. But you need to calm down, settle down, get to a place where you can see things a little more clearly, maybe, and see what's actually holding you back there. What is it in those thoughts that are creating space where there shouldn't be? I've never said that in my life, so that's got to be for someone here watching, right? Okay, so that's the blocks. I feel like we've covered that pretty well. Let's move on to the rest of the reading here. The next two cards are actually cups. I always love cups. So the Four of Cups, I feel like it's more tied to the blocks again. The Four of Cups and I'm getting a visual of, you know, a more traditional tarot deck with the Four of Cups. Usually it's a person sitting on the ground against a tree or whatever, and they're looking at these three cups in front of them that are kind of spilled over. They don't really have, you know, they might have traces of something left in them, but this person is just staring at these three cups in front of them that are already turned over, you know. They're already spent. They're spent opportunities, and this person is sad about it. So it could signify being stuck in the past, you know. Again, with that thought pattern, stuck in it, right? Having to do with the past. So it could very well be that. But there's also this fourth cup, right? It's the Four of Cups. So there's this fourth cup coming out kind of behind them, kind of to the side. So like if they barely moved, they could see it, but they don't because they're so stuck on these other three, right? But it's like kind of coming out of the heavens. Like, here's this opportunity you want. Here's this opportunity that could help you. Just move a little bit, right? Take that action. Take that action that you haven't been taking. Take a jump. Okay. Queen of Cups. It's the second queen that we have out. So, you know, queens in general are very nurturing, very motherly, and, you know, they're, especially with the Queen of Cups, she's centered in her emotions, and it's the divine feminine coming through. So this in particular, I do feel like it's you. It's not someone in your life. It could be, but I'm really feeling that it's you. So whether you're male or female, we all have divine masculine and feminine within us, right? So this is something I feel like you're seated really well in. You connect with your divine feminine well. And that's maybe something you can use as a tool moving forward, right? Moving past these blocks, moving past that Four of Cups energy, like get into the flow of things, feel the universe. You know, I mean, like I said, the cup's right here. So I'm sure you've had some nudges. You just got to listen, right? And you're good at this. So maybe you've not been listening. So maybe that's the message that someone needs to hear right here is get in that flow, listen to your intuition, and take that action, you know. Whatever fear is blocking you from doing that, get into it. Do it. Let's move on. There's a lot of cards here, guys. So I'm going to go with the next three because the next three are all swords, okay? And they're all in the upright. So we have the 7, the Ace, and the 6. And the Ace, I thought this was interesting, and it's popping out at me now. The Ace has, well, I mean, for this card deck, it has the club in the middle, right? And the club signifies wands. So with these swords, again, I mean, swords are all about thinking, being in your head. With the 7, where it starts, it's change. So this could be where you're headed, right? You're headed towards a change of thinking. Maybe I'm hearing like adding in some positivity, changing your flow of thought from a more negative stance into a more positive, right? With the Ace, it's a beginning. So, I mean, you could read it as you are beginning to think differently in this new change, right? It could be as simple as that. Maybe you've had this idea in your head and it's coming to fruition now of this new beginning, of creativity, something creative that you do. If you're a painter, or if you have been in the past, maybe it's a hobby and you've always thought that it'd be really cool to sell a painting, right? Or maybe you're a singer and there's some kind of competition, or I don't know. There's a lot of different things that it could be, but something creative that you've had ideas about before is coming into a new beginning. Okay? Be open to it. I've been telling this a lot today, to a lot of the different signs that I've been reading for, but it's so important to stay open when these new opportunities are coming up. And especially with the Four of Cups, it's right here. You have to be open to it. You have to be. Okay? So let's move on to the Six of Swords. Six is flow, right? So I already talked about being in that flow. Again, just getting it's like when we think, this sounds funny, but when we think of thinking, we think of the rational mind, we think of, we don't often think of intuition, right? But the trick here in moving forward, what this is telling me is you have to get in flow and get your, I'm trying to think of how to say it. It's like you get your thoughts to coincide with your intuition, okay? And getting those two in flow with each other. So it's not like you have to listen to your rational mind or your intuition at any point over the other, right? It's often more helpful to use them in balance, okay? So listen to your rational mind. Listen to what it's saying. Take some quiet time within yourself to kind of, whether it's meditation or you're taking a bath or whatever, right? But take some time to really connect the two, listen to each side. It's like maybe they've been fighting in the past. Maybe your thoughts and your intuition or your heart have been kind of at a battle, right? And it's time to put up a white flag. It's not one side or the other putting up the white flag. It's them coming together and saying, you know what, like, let's work this out. Let's figure out what's going to suit both of us best, right? Sometimes that takes a lot of quiet time. Sometimes that's way more than a weekend. But a weekend is a really great start. So I encourage you this weekend to go within and try to get that restful space on the battleground, right? That'll be really cool. Final card we have out in this part of the spread is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, and it's in the upright. So usually what this tells me is there's a good balance. So, where these other things might be really messy right now, you have a really great foundation of your finances, your material world that surrounds you. You are in physically, like the place that you physically sit in, where you live, you're content there. There's goodness there. That part of your life is balanced. So if there are any worries there that you have that you're holding on to, that's a distraction. You're golden, maybe look at these things and show some gratitude, be intentional about being grateful for these things and realize how you've been blessed here. Because when you let go of those worries, you'll be able to focus more on these other things, these other blocks, and these other aspects of your life that are taking away from your prosperity and your abundance. Okay? So I know that was a lot. Some of it, maybe not all of it will apply to you, and that's okay. Take what resonates with you and move on. The next part we're going to take is from, I'm showing off these decks for my first readings here. It's the Archangel Power deck. I was gifted this deck by a friend, and I'm just so thankful. They're beautiful. They all have different angels and different guiding messages. So the way that I see these is, we went through your situation, we went through, a little bit of advice, that kind of thing. And that's just my intuition, okay, at this point. These are, you know, a better connection with the spiritual guides of the collective Virgo, okay? So what messages do we have of encouragement or maybe guidance from the spirit guides for Virgo? And we are focused on this weekend, but again, time is fluid, so it could be any time. And I take up to 3 for these. So, okay, we got 2. I'm going to shuffle one more time and see if we need one more. It's kind of a yes or no at this point, so. And that's a lot. We're not taking all of that. Since it did try to pop, I'm going to do it one more time. I try and give them plenty of time to speak, right? Okay. So that is good. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so the first one that popped out is the 9 of Gabriel. I don't even think I've seen this card before. Kind of interesting. There's a farmer there. He's planted all of his seeds, right? He's sown his seeds. He's ready. He's gotten everything started. That's what I'm seeing here. And his angel is right here on the crops, like on top of the crops, you know? It's pretty cool. She's like actively participating in his blessings. That's awesome. The words on it say, stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility. So again, stay open, right? And environmental activism. So I don't know, if that resonates with someone in particular there, but if it does, go forth and be awesome, right? Go do your volunteer work. Stick up for the environment. It's so important. I honor your efforts there. That's awesome. So the first line is what really sticks out to me here. Stay determined and move forward. It sounds to me like even though there's all this craziness and the blocks that you need to work through and things like that, you know what you want and you're poised to get it. Your guardian angels are there with you. They're ready to help you. So all you have to do is stay focused on what you want to create in your life and move forward with it. Take your actions, That's all there is to say on that one. The next one is the 6 of Ariel here. And this one kind of reminds me of the Justice card because there's like these 2 scales on each side, right? And even though one looks more full or bigger or whatever, they both are at equal stances, like they're balanced, okay? And then of course you have the guardian in between. So, and the other thing that just pieced together for me here is, in this card you have the farmer that just got done planting, and here the harvest has come. So maybe this is the near future, right? The card itself says, material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Acts of kindness, giving or receiving with a grateful heart. I feel like that's important for everyone. When you have a grateful heart, and I did mention gratitude earlier, when you have a grateful heart, it creates this magic within you to see things more positively, to be more open. It opens doors that may not have otherwise been opened. So there's that. In the first line it says material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. We already talked about how that's going pretty well in your life, right? Your material world is really, it's great. Like, it's not something that you need to worry about. Material needs get fulfilled in magical and unexpected ways. Don't worry about it. If you need to put something off to the side, if you're feeling overwhelmed, put that off to the side. Know within yourself that you'll be taken care of. Be grateful for what you have and be open for receiving however the universe wants to present it to you. Okay? With those three things combined, it's hard to believe until you experience it, but magic happens with that. Okay? So do that. We're going to pull an oracle card here. This oracle deck, again, I'm showing off my decks for the first read here. Dear Universe, and it's by Sarah Prout. She has a wonderful community, a new book that's coming out, all about meditations and things like that. So she's a law of attraction manifesting teacher. So if you have interest in that kind of stuff, go check it out. I've found her to be wonderful. And these cards are kind of like a prayer or like a guiding ask, I guess. You know, if you're needing help and you don't know where to start, this is a great way to get started, you know? It's like the universe gives you the words to ask the universe. It's cool. I like it. All right, come on now. I usually just take one of these, so we'll see what comes out. Because with these, it's, you know, it's to give you focus. It's to help you know. Okay, there we go. To help you know where to set your intentions. And we like to keep that simple, right? The simpler it is, the better time you'll have with manifesting it. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so this one says, Dear Universe, make me a magical magnet for prosperity today. So be it, so it is. You guys, I can't make this up. That's awesome. Make me a magical magnet. I just talked about magic and how to create it. So I'm telling you, rewind it, take those 3 steps, figure out how to make that work within you. I'm working on creating a course that dives into those kinds of things. So if that interests you, keep me on your radar and know that that's coming very soon. I didn't think it'd be coming for decades, but just like the spirits told me I need to start reading, they're like, put it out now. People need this. Make me a magical magnet for prosperity today. It's awesome. I'm going to put it up one more time so you can read it and take it in. Prosperity is on its way to you, my friend. Stop worrying. Take down those blocks. Work on you. I believe in you. Okay? Like, subscribe, share, put on that notification bell. If you liked this, if you have some input on whether you want the weeklies to be on Sunday night or Monday morning, let me know. They are longer, so I mean, if it's at night, it might be super late, or in the morning, it might be super early, and depending on where you are in the world, it might not matter at all. I am Mountain Time in the United States, so for whatever that's worth. Anyway, I hope you had an awesome week and that your weekend serves you very well, and sending you lots of love and light, okay? Have a good one, guys.